What's up, everybody? Welcome to the RSA podcast. My name is Arsenio Mass. You can follow me on Instagram at RSAYSR, and you can email me at 8blocksentertainment@gmail.com. Today I'm going to talk about Greenleaf, which is a dispensary in Richmond. They have just come out with their first crop of THC. It looks like they're preparing for the vote in November, so it looks like it's going to happen. Whether it passes or not, obviously, it's up to the voters. So we'll see what happens. I hope from what the numbers show, over 50% of the population support marijuana as a medicine. For anxiety, for pain, for appetite, depression. So many other things, and I find it useful for me. I really do. It's helped me quite a bit this past year. And to be perfectly honest, whenever I smoke a bowl or whatever, I don't want to drink alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I don't. So I know for a fact that if there's a lot of people out there like me, hitting the mic, if there's a lot of people out there like me that find the benefit in it, if it's over 50% and we voted in, man, that's going to be fucking awesome. I've been smoking since I was 11 years old, and granted too early. I started smoking cigarettes at the same time too. It was just something I did, something we all did, you know what I'm saying? It was part of, quote unquote, our culture, if you will. It just, it's not even like this little fun drug where, you can go get high and act all stupid and shit like that. It ain't even like that no more. It's more like, I'm gonna go smoke this bowl, chill out, maybe eat some food, maybe play some PlayStation or something. I drive a little bit slower, maybe. Hey, but it is what it is, and I'm hoping the bill does come up for a vote in November. I'm gonna go ahead and read from, I guess it's ABC News, what they have written about the basically a landmark decision. It's huge. Since it's been banned, since the banning of it in the 30s, and it's just gone underground. It's not like people stopped doing it, just like psychedelics, All right, ABC News. A landmark bill that would decriminalize marijuana use at the federal level is up to vote soon. The U.S. House of Representatives is set to vote on the legislation in September, according to an email sent out Friday by Majority Whip James Clyburn. Politico first reported on the pending vote. The House Judiciary Committee passed a bill introduced by Representative Gerald Nadler, Democrat of New York, and sponsored by more than 50 lawmakers by a vote of 24-10 in November. These steps are overdue far too long and have treated marijuana as a criminal justice problem instead of a matter of personal choice and public health. Nadler, the committee's chairman, said in a statement at the time, whatever one's views on the use of marijuana for recreational or medicinal purposes, arresting, prosecuting, and incarcerating users at the federal level is unwise and unjust. The MORE Act would remove marijuana as a Schedule I substance, a category that also features other drugs such as heroin, LSD, ecstasy, peyote, and leave states to regulate it. Well, we already know it's decriminalized here in Virginia, and as far as I know, 13, 14 other states or something. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's something like that. So, but to have marijuana up there with the same drugs as heroin, I wouldn't even say LSD and peyote because that has a use. Heroin has a use. All these drugs that we make as mankind, or that is provided to us by nature, has always been used, has always been abused, has always been moderately used as maybe a pick-me-up or a put-me-down or a relaxing experience. I've talked about psychedelics, so the whole LSD, ecstasy, and peyote, to me, I feel like that those things are have their own lane, have their own place in people's lives. But I do suffer from depression, I do suffer from anxiety, I do take antidepressants, but before marijuana, like I said, 2020, those antidepressants didn't do shit for me. They actually made me more anxious, and I didn't give a shit about people's feelings. I didn't give a shit about how you felt, your opinions. I didn't give a shit about none of that. I hated that person that I was. I was a person that just used other people, and that's real shit. I used people all the time, and it got me nowhere. And now, with this podcast, with A Blocks Entertainment, it's like, who am I? Am I the person that people think I am? No, doubt it. Am I the person who I think I am? I'd like to think so, but I know I'm not. I try really hard, so I think marijuana is just one of those things where if I need to use it, to make me, I'll tell you one thing it did do is help me with my anger issues quite a bit. I've always had anger issues. I've always had an issue with authority. I've always had issues with pretty much doing things that I didn't want to do, And as I'm gotten older and, wiser, and I've learned that a lot of the things that I did were completely and utterly wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to make a difference in your life. I'm trying to make a difference in my life, and I hope that by me, describing what I'm going through at times, or describing what I'm feeling, or anything like that, that it helps you, and if it helps you, you reach out to me, please, email me, ablocksentertainment@gmail.com. If you don't want to email me, you don't want me to have your email address, you can just hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up anywhere, RSAYSR. You feel free. I'm on Facebook. Send me a private message. Let me know. Let me know what I can do to improve for me, what I can do to improve for the podcast, and what I can do to help you. Topics, anything that you want for me to say, I'll say it. I'll talk about it, and I'll bring it up, and I'll give my opinion on it. And that's all this all is. That's all this is. It's just my opinion on things, and I hope that I hope that I help you. That I help even myself, because I know me when I'm editing. I have to watch this stuff back and forth over and over again, doing the best that I can with whatever editing programs that I do have. I just want, I'm looking for somebody that is out there that's like me. Have your issues. You got your depression, your anxiety. You got your ups, your downs. You got your all this that inside bottled up. That I feel that this is the only way I can say it. And if you want your voice to be heard, just like I want mine to be heard, then you need to contact me, because we can do this together. We can help the people that are seeking help, as I am. I'm seeking help with the psychedelics. I'm hoping it would be great if I could raise money to go to Peru for an ayahuasca ceremony and vlog all that, and kind of give you my experience with that. But that's a far goal. Right now my goal is to do as much research as possible, and to keep moving forward and do what I can in order to survive, basically. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? And I want to be able to be happy again. And I want to be able to be a better person for my family, because I don't, when I'm going through my depression, when I'm going through my anxiety, they're the ones that pay for it. They're the ones that catch the shrapnel from it all. Like I said, I've helped. Marijuana has helped my anger issues, but I know that there's a deep-seated, rooted issue within me that can't necessarily be explained in words. I got so much baggage, and I know you do too. And that's what this is all about. It's an open conversation. We all need support. I'll support you, you support me. We do this together and make the world a better place. That's what it's all about. I think Terence McKenna is the one that said, life is not about life. What life is about is making other people happy, basically. I gotta let me double check that, because I know y'all gonna be like, yo, that was completely fucking wrong. Terence McKenna was ahead of his time, that's for sure. Some would have called him just a Sid head, but he was very intelligent and knew exactly what he was describing, I guess. Fuck it, I can't find it. But Terence McKenna has some great quotes. Here's I just clicked on to the Unbounded Spirit, 73 mind-blowing Terence McKenna quotes. And if you don't know, I'm going to just read it, since if you do know, or if you don't know who Terence McKenna is, Terence McKenna was an American philosopher, ethnobotanist, psychonaut, lecturer, writer, and author who spent much of his life speaking and writing about a variety of important subjects, including but not limited to shamanism, psychedelic drugs, plant-based entheogens, alchemy, metaphysics, language, culture, environmentalism, technology, and nature of human consciousness. Here's a collection of his quotes, handpicked. Number 1. I think of going to the grave without having a psychedelic experience like going to the grave without ever having sex. It means that you never figured out what it's all about. The mystery is in the body and the way the body works itself into nature. Him and his brother, Dennis McKenna, you may have heard of him on Joe Rogan. They're the ones that really got me thinking about looking into psychedelics. For I've heard Joe Rogan talk about it, DMT this, DMT that, DMT this, but hearing Dennis McKenna talk about it on the Joe Rogan podcast, and it was just profound. It made me like, wow, there is something more. It made me feel like there can be some kind of cure, if you will, in quotes, for you listeners out there. And that's one thing I got to do too. Start addressing the difference between the video people and the people that listen audio. I'm working on that, guys. I'm working on that. But I digress. The way that Terrence and Dennis McKenna describe a lot of these psychedelic experiences, and I really didn't want to talk about psychedelics again today, but psychedelic experiences are fucking awesome. It makes me feel like there's at least hope. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me go back to it a little bit. Virginia, hold on, take a break. Instagram, RSA Senior, 8blocks entertainment at gmail.com, patreon.com/8blocks entertainment. I got some merch out. If you don't want to become a patron, you can buy a shirt. Go to teespring.com/store/8-blocks-merch and use the promo code RSAY to get 10% off of your order, the entire order, all right? And if you can support me in doing it, I would be so happy. I would be so appreciative. And not only when you become, look, I got rid of all my tiers, all right? There's only one tier left, and that's the $3 tier. When I first started Patreon, I had so many other tiers that didn't even make any sense. I didn't even have one fucking patron, you know what I'm saying? So I dropped it all down. One tier, it's a $3 tier. It unlocks everything on Patreon. $3 a month, that's it. So if you want to support me, you like what I'm doing, even if you have some topics, if you become a patron, obviously your topics will be first, or your discussions, or your anything, your patron, you're first. And so yeah, if you're down with that, if you would like to support me, again, that's patreon.com/8blocks entertainment. $3 tier gets you in, and you get everything first. I even got some uncut stuff up there, and there's some more uncut stuff that I plan on releasing once I, get some more patrons, or get any patrons. I need at least one. Please support, share my shit. Peace. So now that Virginia has decriminalized marijuana and it's up for a federal vote, obviously I talked about Greenleaf Medical, where they have their first THC harvest. It looks like it's being dried now, and I'm sure it's going to be up for distribution probably within the next couple of months. But if you are in the Virginia area and you want to learn how to register for the cannabis program, I'm going to read to you from vanormal.org, NORML. Cannabis oil registration applications for patients, parents, and legal guardians. A patient, parent, legal guardian, or registered agent may process cannabis oil as defined by Section 54 of the Code of Virginia once they have been issued a valid written certification from the Board of Pharmacy Registered Practitioner. A patient, parent, legal guardian must have a written certification issued to them prior to applying for registration with the Board of Pharmacy and possessing cannabis oil. Patients. If you have been issued a written certification to possess cannabis oil pursuant section blah blah blah, you may submit the online application to obtain your medical cannabis card from the Virginia Board of Pharmacy. To legally possess cannabis oil, an unexpired valid written certification issued from a board registered practitioner and a current active registration issued by the Board of Pharmacy is required. The online registration application is accessible on the Virginia Department of Health Professions initial application site and must be renewed annually. How to register. All right, well, you want to learn how to register, go to vanorml.org, and it's got all the steps there for you to apply for your for the medicinal cannabis program. So cool. Hoping the recreational part of it Because I don't know. Maybe I've already talked to my doctor about it, and he said he'd be willing to give me a license. So I got that there. Um, but if you don't, and you only need a license to get it, I mean, it is decriminalized. I'm sure you can get it off the black market or something. But yeah, man, crazy. Okay, on another note, all my sons have YouTube channels, and my oldest son, he has 500,000 million views on his channel. My oldest does. My middle one, he just broke 11,000. And my youngest one, he doesn't really mess around with it too much, but he does have a YouTube channel where he streams the video games that he plays. And my youngest came up to me the other day and he said, Dad, I see you online. I see you doing your podcast. Do you want to be famous? And, the first thing I thought was, oh, wow. Because he sees me on Instagram, YouTube, doing all this and all that he thinks that I want to be famous, which I don't. But, I can see where people can, get that misconstrued. I don't want to be famous. I don't want, I don't want to be Joe Rogan. That's too much attention, but I just would like to make a comfortable living doing something that I enjoy doing, which is talking into a camera, And so he asked me, and I said, no, son, I don't want to be famous. I just want to be able to live comfortably doing what I enjoy doing. He said, yeah, Dad. He's 9. Yeah, Dad. I don't want to be famous either, but I want a lot of money. I said, yeah, that's right. Me too, son. Me too. He is a trip. That's one thing I'm learning something from him as well. He's a Scorpio. He's a fireball, dude. He has way more anger issues than I have. That's how I know it's in his DNA. Because he's got him, and he didn't have to have him for no reason. It's not like I spanked him. I spanked his brothers, but I never spanked him. But I don't know, man. Seeing myself in him and wishing I could have a person like me in my life when I was that age, you know what I'm saying? And so working on, it's like, it's God's greatest test, if you will. That's what I look at it as. And it's like, you're looking at yourself in the mirror. If you could look at yourself in the mirror, what would you change? And I feel like God has given me that chance, and I'm working hard, and it's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not. But I really enjoy spending time with my kids, and I really do enjoy getting to know them better. You know what I mean? It's been a rough time and rough past. You know what I'm saying, for all of us, and so that's why I don't know if many of you have listened to Follow My Journey, but Follow My Journey was, kind of like an inside scoop into my head a little bit of, just because, I deal with so much, anxiety and depression, like I said so many other times, that this is, other than, I guess being violent, which I'm not, other than being violent, this is like, a release for me. So I'm really trying hard for it to look good, for it to sound good. I know I've had some really rough issues with sound, and I'm working on it. I swear I'm working on it. It's hard, but I am. And so if you like it, if you like what I'm doing, hit me up. It's about 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, close to. So I think that's what I'm gonna call it for this time. I don't think I have anything else. I've talked about how to register. I talked about where Virginia Greenleaf is. I talked about the bill to decriminalize, which is up for vote in November. All right. I appreciate it, for real. and I will catch y'all next time. Before I go, I know I did it on Instagram, but I'm gonna do it again. Thank you for Alexander Kosh Bojang. You were the man. You are, the one that's really keeping me going, man. So I appreciate it. Thanks, bro. Peace.